All right, so again, we're looking at midpoint. And to find the midpoint on a number line like here, and again, remember, this is just review from Algebra 1. Here's the key formula. A plus B divided by 2. So if A is at -1 and B is at 1, to find the midpoint, I just add the two values of the coordinates, divide by 2, and I get 0. If we're on the coordinate plane, the formula is the same. It's just we got two parts because we're going to have an x coordinate and a y coordinate. So here are the x's, here are the y's. So we just plug those corresponding values in, and we'll get the answer there of 2, 1. So let's go ahead and look at some of the answers from the activity that you guys did. So now let's look at distance. I'm not going to talk about distance on the number line because we've already done that. We did that back earlier in chapter number 1, which is the same chapter we're in. By the way, just curious, can you guys tell me what is the distance between A and B? What's the distance between A and B? How far is A from B?
2.
It's 2. And how do you get that? Well, one way you could do that is you could just say, I counted over 2, right? That's like the easy way. The other thing you could do is you could do the B minus the A. So this formula should look kind of familiar. 1 minus -1. Oops. It's going to be 2. So if you take this number minus this number, you'll get 2. So, but that's from the past. In fact, you may have even had a question on the quiz about that, right? But I'm more interested in how do we find the distance between, let's say, these 2 points here. In fact, let's do another set of points. Let's pick an easier set. Let me go ahead and get my graph again. And I'm going to pick 2 points that we're going to try to find the distance between. And let's see here. Let's go with this. And let's pick the point. Let's go from this point right here. So let's say point is 1, 2. That's the coordinates of point A. It's at 1, 2. And then let's let B be, let's see here. Right there. There's B. So where's B at? B's at, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. And then 1, 2, and then 6. How far apart is A and B? So this is a harder question to answer. But the question, again, is answered or has been answered already for you back when you took what class? Algebra 1, which is the class you took before this class. And in Algebra 1, you might recall that you had a formula that looked something like this. Now, my guess is your teacher was really nice and let you use, like I'm letting you use, notes. If you were in my calculus class, I would not let you use any such notes. But does that formula look familiar? It's the distance formula. It's on every reference card that you use in Algebra 1 pretty much. So we play the same game. And oh, by the way, I should mention, we could talk about the distance between these 2 points, which would be, what that is. Or you could call the length of this, right? So we could say, in this class, I might say, hey guys, what's AB with no line above it? By the way, since there's no line above it, I'm asking you what's the distance or what's the length of segment AB. Okay, so let's go ahead and crank this out. Now I need you guys to help me, okay? So I feel like I'm the only one doing any talking here. What's x2?
2.
Nope. I think it's 4.
Oh, yeah.
If this is the first point, I'd say A is the first point, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'd say that's the second point. So what's the x value of the second point? I'd say it's 4, wouldn't you? So I'm going to say 4 minus, and what's x1?
1.
That's 1. Yeah, hopefully this seems familiar because this is done quite a bit, I think, in Algebra 1. Plus, what's y2? Y2 is 6. I agree. And what's y1?
2.
2. He is correct. Now we're rocking and rolling. Now, guys, if I was you and I have my calculator, I'd just work it out with my calculator. But if you don't want to do that, I'll do it kind of the hard way here since I'm videoing myself, and I'll show you the work. Okay, so 4 minus 1, I think that's 3. 6 minus 4, or 6 minus 2, I think that's 4. Okay, so now I got to square 3. What's 3 times 3? I think that's 9. And then 4 times 4 is 16. And that's the square root of 25. Does anybody know what the square root of 25 is? It's 5. So it's kind of interesting that this length is exactly 5. I kind of did that on purpose. Okay. Did that on purpose. So, because I wanted that one to come out nicely. A lot of times they don't come out nicely. Sometimes you might even get an answer that comes out like, it'll come out like the square root of 26. Yikes. Anybody got a calculator handy? Can someone tell me what your calculator says when you do the square root of 26? What is the square root of 26? I don't know what it is. I know it's 5 point something, but I don't know. 5.1. Okay, something like that. And it probably has more decimals after that even, doesn't it?
It's like 5.09.
Oh, 0.9. Okay, good. 0.9, blah, blah, blah. But he just rounded it to 5.1. That's good. That's fine. So what I'm telling you is a lot of times when you do these problems, they don't come out to be just 5. It might come out to be something like this. Does that kind of seem familiar? Okay, I hope so. All right, so let's practice some of these.